There once was a boy named Arlo who lived in the valley of Stillwood, a place so quiet you could hear a feather fall. The air was always calm. The trees never danced. The wind never blew. "Why doesn't the wind visit us?" Arlo often asked the elders. "The wind moved on long ago," they would say. It left when people stopped listening, but Arlo was different. He listened to everything, the buzz of bees, the rustle of leaves, even the whispers of grass. He believed the wind still existed, somewhere out there, just waiting to be heard. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills and the sky turned orange like peach jam, Arlo found something unusual, a feather, silver and glowing, stuck in the crack of an old tree. When he pulled it out, the feather twirled in the air and spoke. "Who dares borrow the wind?" Arlo stumbled back. I didn't know it was yours." A swirl of dust spun into a spiral, and a breeze tickled his cheek for the first time in his life. "You listened," the wind said, in a voice soft like a flute. "So I'll lend you a breeze. Use it wisely." Before Arlo could answer, whoosh, the feather burst into glowing dust and wrapped around him. The next day, something changed. When Arlo ran, the wind ran with him. It lifted his kite without strings. It swirled through the valley, making trees dance and laundry flap with joy. The village cheered. "It's a miracle." Arlo brought the wind back, but Arlo knew the truth. He hadn't brought the wind. He'd borrowed it. At first, he used it to help, drying crops, carrying messages on paper gliders, turning the old windmill to grind grain again. But slowly, things changed. When Arlo played games, he made the wind spin his ball faster. When he raced his friends, he let the breeze push him ahead. When he didn't get his way, he'd send a gust to tip over baskets or knock hats off heads. "Be careful," said an old woman. "The wind is wild, it may not like being tamed," but Arlo was having too much fun to listen. One night, a powerful storm stirred the valley. Trees bent. Windows rattled. Animals fled. From the whirlwind, the wind's voice returned, but this time, it wasn't soft. "You used me, Arlo. You didn't share me. You didn't listen." "I did listen," Arlo shouted. I didn't know how to stop." "You borrowed the breeze," the wind replied, "but you tried to keep it." With a final howl, the wind left. And the valley was still once more. The next morning, the village was quiet again. The trees stood frozen. Not even a leaf twitched. Arlo felt emptier than the sky. He stood on the same hill where he found the feather. He closed his eyes and whispered, "I'm sorry. I won't ask you to stay. But if you ever want to come back, not for me, but for everyone, I'll be waiting." Then he waited. A day passed. Then 2. Then 3. On the 4th day, a little girl ran up to him. "Arlo, my pinwheel spun, then a kite flew without strings. Then a door creaked open on its own. And then, ever so gently, a cool breeze brushed Arlo's face." The wind was back. Not because it was borrowed. Not because it was forced. But because someone had learned to listen again. Moral: power borrowed must be respected. True gifts are meant to be shared, not controlled.